He was I call him a sociopath. I mean, I think that he wants to win no matter what. He was willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Oh, yeah, that's happened to me. I did a movie with a guy named Denzel Washington.
Sort of the everyman, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people will be able to see that, you want to be careful for what you wish for. I mean, he's a guy who's looking for a little action.
So Denzel Washington just put Ryan Reynolds in his place in front of everyone. And let me tell you, it was downright brutal. We all recognize Ryan as that charismatic, quick-witted guy who rarely skips a beat when it comes to throwing in a joke. But evidently, Denzel was having none of it. He clapped back with a frosty remark so chilling that Ryan might have had to double-check whether the air conditioning was on full blast. Here's the wild part.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's happened to me. I did a movie with a guy named Denzel Washington. He really liked to rehearse a lot, just goes in there and just nails it, but you just get like one or two takes.
This scene wasn't a random, one-time showdown. There's actual backstory here, and it's so tense you can practically feel the awkwardness seeping through the screen. But brace yourself, because that's not even the most jaw-dropping piece of news. While Ryan is getting taken down a peg, his wife, Blake Lively, is stuck in a completely separate wave of Hollywood chaos.
He's sort of the everyman, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people will be able to see that, you want to be careful for what you wish for. I mean, he's a guy who's looking for a little action.
People who used to be in her corner are gradually stepping away, and it's all happening right under our noses. What's really going on with these two? We're digging into all the drama, Denzel versus Ryan, the frostiness toward Blake, and whether this couple is genuinely slipping from the Hollywood A-list. Let's revisit that iconic moment for a second, because when Denzel Washington decides to humble someone, he does it with gusto.
Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why, what have you heard?
Ryan felt the full force of that reality back in 2012 while promoting Safe House alongside Denzel. Ryan was fully starstruck, like a total superfan living his dream. He spilled his admiration in every interview, calling it a surreal honor to do action sequences with a living legend, and admitting he could hardly believe he was standing on the same set as someone so revered. Yet Denzel, he clearly wasn't on the same wavelength. At one point, Denzel even sustained a black eye from Ryan during a fight scene.
They're done, and it's no wonder everyone avoided them like the plague.
Let's be honest, it's tough to stay buddy-buddy when someone accidentally lands a punch that leaves you bruised. Fast forward to Denzel's appearance on The Jonathan Ross Show, where he decided to candidly express his unfiltered thoughts on Ryan's acting skills. The reaction in the room was electric. You could almost hear everyone suck in their breath. Tom Hardy looked like he wanted to vanish, and Keira Knightley seemed caught off guard.
Blake Lively fears profound mental health issues are at risk of being leaked amid Justin Baldoni legal drama.
Denzel calmly stared into space with a firm next question vibe. And if that had been the sole instance, maybe we'd chalk it up to his particular brand of humor. But oh no, there's more. In a different interview, the host casually asked for Denzel's view on collaborating with Ryan, expecting a typical Hollywood nicety like, "Oh, he's fantastic!" Instead, Denzel froze, offering a tight smile that screamed, "Change the topic, please!"
Blake Lively steps out for the premiere of Another Simple Favor amid the Justin
We all know celebrities routinely sling empty praise at each other, sometimes forgetting the names of their co-stars. But Denzel wasn't willing to pretend. That silent moment spoke louder than any forced compliment ever could. Now, some people might argue that perhaps Denzel was joking around. Sure, that's one angle. But consider this. When Denzel genuinely likes or respects someone, he practically beams. Watch him discuss industry pals like Leona Davis, Chadwick Boseman, or Samuel L. Jackson.
Naked truths aren't always pretty.
But Blake Lively's out for truths in her It Ends With Us lawsuit. So much so, the actress added an ex-CIA agent to her legal team.
There's genuine warmth in his words, a sparkle in his demeanor. Yet when it comes to Ryan, that genuine glow is conspicuously absent. And Denzel isn't alone in his hesitation. Several other Hollywood heavyweights seem to harbor doubts about Ryan, dropping veiled criticisms whenever the subject comes up. Honestly, it's not a great look. Everyone adores Ryan's portrayal of Deadpool. the wisecracking, irreverent anti-hero who smashes the fourth wall with bold humor. But does the wider
Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again?
Oh, we're talking about you all. Hollywood community actually place him on a pedestal? Evidence suggests otherwise. Still skeptical? Take a peek at Quentin Tarantino's comments. Regardless of people's personal opinions on Tarantino, he's deeply entrenched in cinematic culture. When asked about Ryan's career, Tarantino didn't exactly praise him. Instead, he basically dismissed his filmography as hypothetical, saying, "I don't know what any of those movies are. I've never seen them. Have you? I haven't ever talked to Ryan Reynolds' agent, but his agent is like, well, it cost $50 million. Well, good for him that he's making so much money."
Lively's It Ends With Us co-star Jenny Slate defends her amid the legal drama playing out with Justin Baldoni.
But those movies don't exist in the zeitgeist. It's almost like they don't even exist. If that's not a verbal takedown, I don't know what is. But buckle up, because the drama extends to Deadpool 2. The original film blew everyone away at the box office, so expectations for the sequel soared. Then Tim Miller, the first movie's director, suddenly exited. Rumor has it that Ryan demanded overwhelming creative control, to the point where Tim felt he couldn't direct comfortably.
Versus Wolverine. I know some people like this movie. Some people are stupid. This movie is bad. It is a bad movie.
Tim implied that you can direct when the star wields that kind of influence, but he personally found it unworkable. In simpler terms, Tim wanted the freedom to steer the vision, while the studio and Ryan, riding the wave of Deadpool's massive success, seemingly gave Ryan the decisive power. The friction got so intense that Tim said, "I'm out," leaving the fandom stunned. It's rare for a director to walk away from a guaranteed blockbuster, which speaks volumes about how challenging the environment might have been. And if you think the shade train stops there, you haven't heard Gerard Butler weigh in. Yes, the "This is Sparta" icon was asked to draw parallels between his 2009 Movie Gamer and Ryan's Free Guy.
Every joke is too long. It's the same joke over and over, which is some sort of like strange homoeroticism between Deadpool and Wolverine.
He could have politely sidestepped the issue with a simple, "not my cup of tea," but instead offered a brutally honest perspective. On top of that, more than a few acclaimed directors appear to be passing on the chance to collaborate with Ryan in serious, Oscar-hopeful projects. Let's face it, while Ryan can shine in comedic action flicks and the occasional rom-com, he's not exactly on speed dial for prestigious art house dramas. That signals a certain reluctance within the industry to hand him those meaty award season roles that shape an actor's legacy. Still, credit where credit is due, Ryan is an undeniably savvy entrepreneur. He's parlayed his acting fame into substantial business success, raking in revenue from box office hits and personal ventures like Mint Mobile, Aviation Gin, and even owning a soccer club.
After what I can only assume Ryan Reynolds thought was a triumphant appearance on Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary, he must not have loved seeing Colin Jost come back to Saturday Night Live last night.
Clearly, not everyone has turned their backs on him. But with regard to real artistic respect, it looks like the big industry gatekeepers might be keeping him at a cautious distance, especially when the word Oscar comes up. Don't assume Ryan is the only one caught in these Hollywood storms. His wife, Blake Lively, once radiated that bright, bubbly star power, but things are looking shaky now. Let's peel back the layers of her behind-the-scenes drama. First up, the legendary Gossip Girl tension. Blake charmed audiences as Serena Vander Woodson, the effortlessly chic socialite at the heart of outrageous Upper East Side storylines. Yet off-camera, she and co-star Leighton Meester, the iconic Blair Waldorf, were practically strangers. Rumor has it, Leighton wasn't exactly vibing with Blake's lifestyle.
And that's why I want to personally extend my gratitude to Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively.
And by the show's 10-year mark, producer Joshua Safran confessed these two were polar opposites. Whispers even suggest they avoided each other so much that co-stars felt compelled to choose sides. Meanwhile, Leighton has embraced a serene married life, occasionally releasing music and exuding low-key cool. Blake, on the other hand, is now tied to a rom-com about a failing flower shop called The Making Of. which seems like a far cry from her glossier projects. Then there was the Kate Middleton fiasco. Last year, Kate faced accusations of Photoshop in a family portrait, igniting wild internet theories. Most celebs stayed silent.
Are you happy? At least I won't have to watch the next episode of The Serena Show. You know, I was coming here to invite you to hang out with us. Oh, how generous, Serena! I should feel so blessed that you would include me in your little group.
But Blake jumped in to publicize her brand. It backfired spectacularly, and she hurriedly deleted the post. Though Blake once dazzled on every red carpet, it feels like new faces are hogging the spotlight at key events. Case in point, the Bulgari gathering where Zendaya and Anne Hathaway stole every camera flash, leaving Blake almost invisible. This shift in attention is starting to look like a warning sign, as though Hollywood is inching away. Now let's dig into It Ends With Us, touted as Blake's big comeback. Adapted from a hugely popular novel, this movie had fans eager.
Saturday. And you're kind of not invited.
Until they realized Blake, in her mid-30s, was cast as Lily Bloom, a character meant to be fresh out of college. A lot of folks raised eyebrows at that age gap. Then those on-set photos emerged, revealing an orange wig that sparked a social media meltdown. Critics said it looked like a discount fast food mascot, with one person bluntly writing, "She is big bone, built for farming. Her hair looks awful in this movie." Bad wigs are nothing new in Hollywood, but this one drew merciless backlash. To make matters worse, Blake's co-star Brandon Sklenar dodged a question about working with her. He could have said something neutral, yet he clammed up. In Hollywood, no comment often speaks volumes. Fans started speculating about major tension on set, and that wasn't the final blow. Justin Baldoni, who was not only directing, but also starring as Ryle, suddenly quit directing the sequel. Directors don't usually walk away from a surefire hit unless there's big trouble brewing. Layer in rumors of lawsuits and rumored creative rifts, and you get a production weighed down by chaos. All this turbulence is fueling speculation that Blake and Ryan may be losing their once bright allure. From the outside, it looks like industry figures are keeping them at arm's length. Ryan's mega success with Deadpool can't mask the fact that top directors and actors don't seem thrilled to share the screen with him. Meanwhile, Blake's grappling with Gossip Girl grudges, brand missteps, and a growing pile of It Ends With Us controversies. When a colleague won't even offer a polite compliment, it signals a pretty big problem.
Trying to play it really cool the whole time.
Did you play it cool or did you?
I tried.
So, are these former golden stars actually slipping from Hollywood's good graces? The evidence suggests it's more than idle chatter. Maybe Denzel's coldness was just his trademark humor, but it struck a nerve. Could that be part of a wider trend where Hollywood is nudging this power couple off the pedestal? Their once flawless appeal seems to be cracking, and the constant swirl of gossip, abandoned projects, and on-set tensions only fuels the rumor mill. Nobody is yelling "canceled" just yet, but it's starting to feel like a slow Hollywood freeze-out. What do you think?
I am more than willing to take every single text message that exists out there, lay them out, put them on a website for the world to see, have them see the truth and determine the truth for them.
Did Denzel's frosty digs at Ryan hint at real frustration? And is Blake's star power truly fizzling out? Check out our other videos for more bombshells, from shocking set feuds to the most cringeworthy industry revelations. We've got plenty of inside scoops to share, and this situation is sure to heat up as more details surface. Whether Blake and Ryan reclaim their throne or keep sliding into obscurity, this drama is far from over,